Hello, my loves. This is the 2024 horoscope for Aquarius rising. Please remember that you should always check the predictions for your rising sign first, if you know it, and then you should check the ones for your sun sign. That's in general, not just when you listen to my readings, my predictions, and all of that. We're not using tarot cards. We're not using oracle cards. We're just looking at the major events from an astrology perspective of 2024. I was about to say fiscal year 2024. All habits die hard. Okay, we will look at those and see what will these changes, these events bring to you, those of you with Sagittarius as your rising sign. Okay, now with that being said, if you know a little bit of astrology, please keep in mind that if your rising sign is at a higher degree, let's say 20 degrees in Sagittarius, you might expect some of these changes a little bit later. Okay, you might feel these energies a little bit later. But for now, let's just see. 2024, you probably heard this already, read this somewhere. The biggest event of 2024 is Pluto entering Aquarius in a couple of days. Saturn will stay in Pisces the entire year. The lunar nodes of the moon won't change signs either. So yeah, this is the biggest one. Plus Jupiter entering Gemini. Okay, but that's in the second half of 2024. For now, Pluto is entering Aquarius, and what will Santa bring to you? Now, keep in mind, this Santa in particular, it's a nasty Santa, okay? Pluto, it's a nasty Santa. So if you've heard a lot of people being scared of Saturn and the lessons that Saturn brings and all of that, well, if you're scared of the lessons that Saturn can bring you, let me tell you about the lessons that Pluto brings, okay? Because Pluto kind of fucks you up for life. I'm kidding. Okay, Pluto is really good. But, the thing is, if Saturn forces you in, to change your life for the better, makes you more responsible and stuff in 2 years, depending of the sign, depending on which area of life you have it at that moment. Well, anyway, Pluto will force you to transform in 20 years. Pluto brings a transformation that happens in years. You can't really put your finger on it. It doesn't happen the next day. It's not very sudden. It's something that happens in your subconscious, but it's the biggest transformation you can have, because if you really want to change, you have to go really deep. And now Pluto will really force you guys to basically force you to face your shadow. Okay, that's not really comfortable, but don't get scared of it, because that's how you grow, that's how you evolve. I know it doesn't sound really really easy, but yeah, that's what Pluto's gonna do for you guys. You will be thinking a lot. Okay, what Pluto brings to you, it's a bit of paranoia. Okay, a lot of stubbornness, obsessive thoughts. You're gonna be analyzing, people, situations 1,000 times. You're gonna look at yourself 1,000 times. There's gonna be a lot of hidden thoughts coming to life here, to the surface. Hidden and painful thoughts that you might have about yourself, about others. You're gonna look at those, you're gonna try to understand them, and you're gonna really dig deep. This is not comfortable, like I said. Wish I could tell you this is easy peasy and everything is like, no, but that's how, again, you evolve. Now, moving forward, the thing is with Pluto, looking at the bright side with Pluto, is that Pluto can make you more manipulative than you ever been before. Okay, I know it sounds bad, it sounds nasty, but it's actually not that bad. Okay, sometimes you have to, keep your own interest in mind, and Pluto will just give you the power to use words to your advantage. Okay, will give you very good strategy. However, you should really avoid, being very stubborn, trying to force your ideas on others aggressively. You have to try to speak as clear as possible, which is not something that I'm doing, for example, but you get the point. I think I lost you already. Yeah, so Pluto for you 2024 starts with a lot of obsessive thoughts. You're going to take a look at all your thoughts, everything that comes out of your mind. You're going to analyze that, try to understand where those thoughts are coming from. Not comfortable, not nice. However, it is needed. That's how you level up. And then Pluto will also give you the ability to have more strategy in what you're saying. Use your words in your advantage. Okay, speak clearly, and stay open to other perspectives with Pluto for the next years. It's going to stay in Aquarius 20 years, so there's a lot of time for you to understand that what you say affects other people, and yeah, there's a lot of power in words, and you will learn how to use them again in your advantage. Pluto will change for you in the next 20 years the way you think. Okay, that's how deep it is. It's going to change your perspective. You'll be looking at toxic mind patterns, thought patterns that you might have, and you might have to let go. Okay, what you're going to take a look and see, okay, what I've always heard in my family when I was a kid. Maybe I've heard that all men are pigs, that all women are whores. Okay, maybe I've heard that I'm not good enough to do something, I don't know what. You're gonna take a look at all those patterns, because shit that we hear when we're kids will, unfortunately, it is the reality, will impact the way we live when we're adults. Okay, we keep those thoughts. We take them as if those are ours and not the thoughts of our parents or the people around us. And so then we let them guide us through life, which is not always a good thing. Thinking that all men are going to hurt you, all men are pigs, will not really put you in a good and healthy connection with the guy, because the energy that you start with, it's fucked up. And so Pluto will force you to take a look at all of that, change them, so you can level up again. Okay, those are the ideas that you have to work on. If you do your homework, okay, if you learn how to communicate correctly, people will be listening to you with more interest. Okay, we all like to be listened to with admiration. So just keep in mind that what you're going to say in the next few years will have a bigger impact on people, and it's up to you if that's going to be a positive or a negative impact. Okay, try to have a positive impact, because the world is full of toxicity and bad already. There's a lot of shit in the world. So try not to destroy others, because you're going to have the power to do that. Just try not to. Okay, we had enough of that. Try to spend more time with your parents if you still have them. Okay, of course, I don't know what's your relationship with your family. Maybe, unfortunately, it isn't a good one. It wasn't a good one, but we can talk hours about this. At the end of the day, I know it could be really shitty, but try to forgive them for what they did or how they acted. They didn't know any better. That was just what they were capable of. We have family. Someone was supposed to give birth to us. Love your family if you can. Forgive them if you can, but try not to, try to release all that pain. If there is pain there related to your family, and try to spend more time with your family if you still have your family around, the family that you're coming from. Okay, you should be more careful in April when it comes to misunderstandings with your partner, with your love partner, because Mercury will be retrograde during April. Okay, so in April could be some annoying misunderstandings with your partner or with your kids if you have children. Okay, between the 15th and the 26th of April, there's going to be like this big ass conjunction. That's how they call it in astrology, when the planets are one on top of the other one. So there's going to be this conjunction between Jupiter and like daddy and the grandfather. Jupiter is the dad, and Uranus is the grandfather. It's the father of all of them. Okay. So when these two will be together, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. It could be that you're gonna find a solution for a health issue that you've been having. It could be that you will have more success in your workplace, or it could also mean that you will say fuck it all and I'm quitting. It could also be that. But if that's the case, you might actually find a better job. Okay. I think it's going to be good, because the thing is, afterwards we have Jupiter entering Gemini on the 26th of May, and it will expand your professional relationships. So worst case scenario, you say fuck it, I work a lot, I have a lot of responsibilities, I've been having way more responsibilities lately, but my salary is not good enough, so you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna, they're not seeing my worth and my work here, so I'm just gonna go and check other jobs and find someone who appreciates me more. And if that's the case, and if you quit, you might actually find someone some other job, a better one. Okay. That's not just it, with Jupiter entering Gemini, you can also get married. Okay. If you're not married, if you've been with your partner for a while, maybe it's time for you to make the next step. Or if you've been seeing someone but it wasn't very serious, official, there are chances for this relationship to get more official. The only shitty thing I would say, it's if you have any law issues with the law, with appearings in court and stuff like that, those can be bigger. So don't careful with the speed when you're driving. Don't get a ticket. Pay your taxes. Try to do that, because those can get amplified. Another, I would say, good advice, if you will, is to not fight with your relatives. If there's some, inheritance that you have to split with your relatives, try not to fight them about money. Okay, just mind your business, pay your taxes, and don't get involved into bad mojo. Don't do shady, business combinations. Just stay away from those. But yeah, so I would say yes, the way you're thinking is going to change for the next 20 years. In the next 20 years, manipulation power, and you might actually get married, so or get a better job. So I would say this is actually a really good year for you. I think you should look forward to it. Everything that happens, it's actually for our own good. Even when it's bad, it's actually for the best long term. So keep that in mind, and let me know if during the year you get proposed or you change your job. I wish you good luck, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.